Tree. Honorable Walwyn, we see you out here. It's early Friday afternoon.
Yes.
And things looking nice out here. Tell us what's going on.
Well, this is our annual back to school event for the school children in District 6. We know particularly around this time the economy is a bit depressed and we couldn't afford to miss this opportunity again to help parents and also to show from our community how important we value education. And in order for our students to be successful, they must be properly resourced. And so we went out and one of the things I campaigned about was making sure that we pull together all the resources, financial and otherwise, that we have in the community to make it work. We have a number of businesses, we have a number of prominent persons from this district, people who understand the currency of education, and we were able to make contact with them. Many of them donated to this event, so I want to thank those persons so very much. I also want to thank Honorable Meta, who is a co-sponsor of this event as well. We prepared for 200 students, 100 primary and 100 secondary. We expanded tremendously upon the amount of resources that we put in the bags. So even you look into the secondary bags, you will see that there are scientific calculators in the secondary bags. We even had down to raincoats, down to water bottles, down to disposable knife and fork that they can wash and clean and put back in their bags and so on.
This set is a secondary?
This is primary.
This is primary.
And this is secondary.
So let's examine what, let's show off something,
Okay,
what
sure.
you have here for
Certainly.
the secondary.
Certainly.
The primary at the moment.
So we have some snacks.
goodies.
We have some books. We have binders, binder holders, pens, pencils, knife and fork here.
Nice.
They can put back and so on. Reusables and so on. And there's a water bottle as well inside of it. We have Capricorn juices as well that the students will get. And these are the secondary bags over here that have everything, including scientific calculators as well for the students, geometry set, and a number of different things inside the bags.
What would have propelled you to go this extent this time around to get
As I said, we recognize, and the district offices are helpful. We have one of the most, if not the most active district office. And so from the office, you get an understanding as to the difficulties that people are facing. And, you know, since some of the changes have been done, you route some of the concerns through social development and different things. So you kind of get a feel for what is happening in the district and the difficulties that people are facing. And so we said, let's go the extra mile and see what we can do to make it a lot easier for students this time around.
What is one of the things that you would love to say to parents in time like this?
Well, I like to say, even though we're having a difficult time, as a community, and we have been doing it in District 6, where we can pull together, and our office does whatever it can to make life easier for the constituents of this district. We understand the importance of education, and we don't want, because the economy is somewhat depressed, that our students go to school not having the resources that they need. And even though, yes, the parents may have to buy a few things here and there to make sure that the students are better prepared, what they have here is enough for a child to go to school, apart from the textbooks, and have the things that are required both in primary and secondary school, at least the basic things that are required in primary and secondary education.
Yeah, some of the books they're like exercise books, geometry set. Some things can last them out throughout the school year.
Absolutely. And of course, this is a yearly event. So when they come back, if they're worn out, they can always come back once they're students from our district. We just have one requirement, that you bring an ID so that we can know our utility bill, so that we can make sure, because the event is for District 6 people. I have to show my love to my people who have shown their love to me. And so even though I love everybody else, they say Pastor Chris and their own pick me first. After we pick them here. So I have to make sure I take care of them. So we have to make sure that we know that you're from District 6. And that's why we had a pre-registration as well. And not because you're pre-registered mean that you can't come to the event. Pre-registration was just basically for us to get a feel as to how many persons we're catering for, and that we can provide somewhat of a fast track for those persons who have pre-registered already.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Also, while we have these material things going into the school year, what is that advice you would give to students themselves right now that is so critical to take them throughout the year?
I want to say to the students that education is the great equalizer of everything. Once you have education in your head, nobody can take it out. And that is what propels you forward. Of course, with a good attitude, a good work ethic. Because it makes no sense to be highly intelligent, but you don't have the work ethic that you need to propel you forward. You're not going to go anywhere. I want to also say to them that school is, I call it the training wheels of life within those four walls of the school that you're in. And if you do not understand the importance of following rules, following procedures, conducting yourself in an appropriate manner in that training environment, when you get out into the world, if you have not cultivated that habit of discipline, you're going to end up not being able to follow the rules of life that govern any country. And that is how you end up getting yourself involved in criminal activity, which we don't want for anybody, because once you get in the criminal system anywhere in the world, it is difficult to get out. People sometimes are unforgiving. You may have done something 15, 20 years from now, you're still hearing about it. So stop, think, utilize the opportunity that you have to understand that education is free in this country. It's free in most parts of the world that we live in now, but it is still something that we should not take for granted. Come to school, we're doing our part to get you prepared. Your parents are doing their part to get you prepared. Your teachers are doing their part. And you have to also do your part so that all the efforts that we've put into you, that we can feel proud of you when the appropriate time comes for you to move on, matriculate, or go on to secondary education or tertiary education or the world of work.
Okay, I know you want to rush off quickly to start your distribution, but quickly to the community in terms of us being that watchdog for our children.
Well, I must say that the community is doing this. I'll ask them to step up even more. And those persons who, I want to see the return of certain things like the Scouts and the Girl Guides. I know that they were there many years ago, and there was a greater involvement in the community by everybody. I mean, we've lost some of those things now because people are a bit more busy, don't have as much time as they used to in the past. But we need to continue to do whatever we can. Don't just look after your child. Look after your neighbor's child, because life is a funny thing. I said to parents many years ago, sometimes we may close our doors and deal with our own children and say, me not study nobody else pick me, they have me pick me, not study nobody else pick me. But then 15, 20 years down the road, big wedding, that one of them same children that you could have helped to save become your son-in-law. And so it's important that all of us do whatever we can to help the children. The old adage that it takes a village to raise a child, it might sound cliche, but it is true, and even more so now in the BVI.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Honorable Walwyn, and thanks for all that you continue to do for District 6.
You're very welcome, darling. Thank you again for coming, Kathy.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.